And that is where that comes later on in the episodes. So they do a little globetrotting here, and that's cool. I'll say this: I was scared that when they went over to Egypt, I was like, God damn it, I hope your boy don't turn into Ivan Ooze when he's over there.
No.
I hope this song, because Oscar Isaac already been in a Marvel movie, and he was in Egypt, and he was this goddamn blueberry man right here. So what, Apocalypse?
Yeah, hollering and shit.
Hollering and shit.
And from the ashes of their world, we'll build a better.
Shut your ass up.
From the ashes of their world. Shut up!
Yeah. Why don't you sit down and shut up?
Who said that?
Hey everyone, do you enjoy Double Toasted? Then put it on your body. Check out our tpublic.com merch store, where you'll find all these wonderful designs that look great on high quality t-shirts, with more designs coming soon. Or check out other high quality items such as mugs, pillows, tote bags, and more. Once again, that is tpublic.com, teepublic.com, or click the link in the description below. Oh, people, if you are a Marvel fan, or if you are a comics fan, maybe just some kid who loves the cartoons, you probably know who the character Moon Knight is. He's been in the comics for a while, and like I said, he's even been in some. He's been in some cartoons, hanging out with everybody's favorite, Spider-Man.
Someone told me you were just a myth.
I could leave.
Nope, I love this.
Whoa, man. See, like, bitch, you called me. Hey, man, I ain't got to be here now. I'm helping you.
You ain't got to leave like that. What I was saying is, I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, you want to talk that shit? I can just leave. You can handle this on your own, bitch.
He looked at it for a hot second.
That hand came up to, no, I'm playing, Mr. Knight. I'm playing, Mr. Knight. That's in the cartoons, and the fans, they know your boy out there, but is the world really ready? The rest of the world, not the comic fans, not the Marvel fans, but the rest of the natural world. Are they ready for Mr. Knight right here? And as I said earlier, he says, please call me Moon, as in Moon Knight. Is the world ready? Yes, for another superhero. We already got a glut of that. But this is different this time. And is the world ready for a superhero that suffers from dissociative identity disorder? Some people, what the hell is that? He's crazy. He got a lot of personalities.
Split personalities.
Yeah. He's got, he's like your boy hanging out with Mr. Glass and all that shit. Yeah, he's got split personalities right there.
Like Gollum.
And again, people, I gotta give Marvel credit. When they said we going for diversity, they including everybody, even the mentally ill.
Yep.
I can't tell the difference.
Somebody out there said Black Panther, but crazy mother. Walking like, I'm gonna whoop your ass too.
Yeah. No. Who you is? You told me to embrace it.
Yeah, he turned around like we just sitting there watching to be somebody's ass. Like I'm looking at.
Oh shit! No,
Hey, I ain't gonna tell nobody, man.
I'm on your side.
Shit. Now I see what Chris Rock saw. This is pretty much, just to give you the short summary of it. We'll get deeper into details as we go along with the review. But this is the story of a man with split personalities. He has a mental disorder whose body is inhabited not only by at least one different personality, but also by the soul or spirit or whatever of an Egyptian god. We got 4 episodes of this, and this is 6 episodes. Right? So we got the majority of it. A good. They didn't do us like Halo, where they gave us like 2 episodes out of 10 or something, and be like, "What you think?" It was like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah. So I told you the character. He's kind of ill, mentally ill out there. Oscar Isaac plays this character, and when we meet this person, we'll tell you about at least the one personality we meet at first. But I'm gonna tell you, man. First of all, Oscar Isaac is one of my favorite actors, and we say this all the time. I've seen him in things that the movies might not even be that good, but I'll go see them just because of him.
Exactly.
So anything with Oscar Isaac in it, I'm already in. Also, I'm a Marvel bitch, so this should be a doubly good thing for me right here. Well, we'll get into that in a little while, but I will tell you this. This show right here, this show is about as mixed up as Oscar Isaac is in this show. It's a mix of a lot of things, but it is an interesting mix of stuff that goes on here. It is a lot of things from different genres, different movies. Watching this, the first episode alone is you take. Let's go down the list here. So within the first episode, we already have a little bit of Indiana Jones. We got the Mummy, and I'm talking about that old school Mummy from 1997. But you know what? The hell with it. Let's throw some of that stupid ass 2017 Mummy in there too. Let's throw a little bit. Let's throw a dash of that in there.
He's like, thank you.
Yeah. Maybe they can make that better. Not done yet. Also gonna throw a little bit of Fight Club for the dark split personality stuff, and me and myself and Irene for some of the wacky shenanigans that can go on with a split personality. Ain't done yet. There's a little bit of Memento in there. The movie Memento, that brings the mystery. And here's the real crazy part right here. You mix it all together, you pour it in a bowl, and you got yourself a nice steaming pile of Egyptian venom right there. You all probably wonder what's happening with that. Oh, with just an extra scoop of Tom Hardy. Does it sound wild? Yes. And that's all in the first episode, people.
I would also pour in some of a Stephen Merchant British comedy in there.
Okay, we can, for people who want to be cultured like that. A lot of people out there like, I don't watch that shit, but I can see it.
Yeah, I'm sure they have. They've been introduced to some of it.
And for those who don't know the movie Memento, that's the Christopher Nolan film. Back before he was blowing up shit every time and making crazy. That's back when he made movies you could actually understand.
But even that one.
Even that one was just difficult to understand.
Shit, today, that's a movie about a guy who has to tattoo himself on his body to understand and remember things. Now you got to do that just to understand a Christopher Nolan movie. Go there. What does that shit mean? What was it happen?
Oh shit, I fell asleep.
Yeah. And during the first episode, there's not as much going on at first. There's a lot of stuff in here. But what I'm impressed with from that first episode is that with everything that is happening, all that mixture of things, all those influences in there, and homages or whatever, it's still leaving room and making the character center attention. It's very centered on character. With that first episode, after a very uncomfortable opening that has to do with feet and glass, you'll see it. I don't have to say anything. I don't need to tell you.
They don't let you forget.
Oh shit!
Boy, sound effects.
Ooh, that was painful, boy. But after that painful moment right there, that is when we're introduced to Steven with the V. Now, unlike the comics, at least as far as we know right now, and maybe there will be for the rest of the show because we only have 2 episodes left after what we saw. But unlike the comics, from what little I know about Moon Knight, and you probably can elaborate more on this, but Moon Knight has often been compared to, they say it's Marvel's Batman, mainly because one of his personalities is a billionaire, and I don't even think it's it's Stephen Grant, right?
Yeah. A Wall Street mogul.
Yeah, he's a billionaire in this, and so there's naturally a lot of comparisons being done to Bruce Wayne. The dude that we meet in the show is anything but a billionaire. Shit, I'd be surprised if he had $10 in his pocket.
Right.
Just look at him right there. You can tell
yeah. Shit, I'd love to see his bank account. He's broke as I can tell you that right now. What he is, though, is something that we've often seen in all kind of movies. He's the downtrodden hero. Mm-hmm. He's that protagonist that we like at first because, you just feel bad for him in a way. Steven here, he's nerdy, he's awkward, he's got a shitty job working at the gift shop in this museum. And you know what? While we talking about that gift shop, shit, while we at it, let's go ahead and throw in a little bit of Night at the Museum too while we at it right here. That's even in there a little bit. But he lets his boss walk all over him at the job. But there's an extra layer of sympathy for Steven here, because Steven, he's got it bad, man. Steven, you really, I love the way they set it up to where you have so much sympathy for him.
Sure. He's a working class guy. Yeah, he's getting stepped on at work. People don't respect him. He's actually much smarter than they give him credit for. And he just wants to move out of the gift shop and like maybe do tours. And like, nah. And he's got a condition.
Yeah. If you know, with this guy, he has frequent memory loss.
He has to sleep chained up.
Yeah, and he has frequent memory loss, and you feel bad for him because that memory loss is messing up his life. He can't sleep. He invites women to dates he can't remember. He pisses them off because he didn't even know what day he was supposed to show up. He didn't know he even made the date. He can barely take care of a fish. Man got a goldfish, and he don't even know what the hell that fish is doing in his apartment half the time. And like I said, man, with a guy, this guy right here, at night he has to chain himself to his bed because
he gets out of something.
Yeah, he starts walking. He don't know what he's doing at night. He's walking around with people or something. He don't.
Getting in that shit.
He don't know what he's doing. He might be a werewolf or something. He don't know, but he's, he during these blackouts, he has to chain himself up at night to keep from walking out and doing things that he can't remember doing. And the thing is that the real insult here is that he's actually a very nice guy.
Yeah.
I mean, and he doesn't wallow in self-pity.
That's what it is. Despite how shitty his life is, he still perseveres and just tries to keep going and doesn't feel sorry for himself.
Yeah, he always has this attitude of like, well, that's just how it is. Mm-hmm. That's how it goes. You feel sorry for him, but not in a way where it's like, you feel sorry for him because he ain't feeling sorry for himself. It's like somebody got to feel sorry for your broke dumb ass. So,
but you don't pity him, is what you're saying.
No,
you really do.
All right.
But he just seems to always have that attitude like, any day things could turn around for him.
Right, sure.
Yeah.
A little optimistic.
Mm-hmm.
All that is, on its own, we already have a setup for a movie. But the real mystery kicks in when he finds that he's been hiding stuff from himself around his apartment. And that apartment is already small. Like, how the hell would
you find a space?
Where you find a spot to do that? He finds these spots where he has a box with a phone in there with the number of some woman he married. He didn't even know he had a wife.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
he's trying to go on dates. He didn't even know he was married.
Now I know why he's chaining all of himself up and shit. I can't be getting married again every goddamn night.
Yeah, he out there sleep.
Yeah, sleep relationship.
Yeah,
God damn. My man's married.
Yeah, it's and it's a great setup because it's like you and first episode again, y'all, and they're doing so much setting up this mystery so well because you really do want to know what this is about. It's more compelling when the person who's doing it all doesn't know, and that's where the memento part comes in.
Like memento.
Yeah, and I will tell you, it sets up that mystery very well. Now things get dangerous. Things get very dangerous when he ends up going to a town somewhere. He ends up going to this mysterious town, and people over there. He wakes up in this town being shot at by other men. He's covered in blood. Dudes are chasing him with guns. Dead bodies keep popping up all over the place around him. And these are quick flashes. It's like one moment he's standing right here, the next moment he's being shot at and running, and there's people that he might have killed. He does not know what's going on.
Like, imagine yourself waking up and you're in the middle of a high-speed chase.
Yes,
right.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw that in the trailer, yeah.
And the weirdest part of this is that, all these guys are coming after him, but then he trying to find people for help, and he runs into a dude that he thinks could probably help him. That dude ends up being a cult leader to all these people in town. It turns out the person in this town is the people in this town who are cult members are being led by a dude that looks like an old hippie Ethan Hawke, woo's played.
I thought she gonna say look like an old Ethan Hawke.
Old hippie ass Ethan Hawke. The guy's name is Arthur Harrow, who really wants something that Steven doesn't know he has. He's like, I don't know what the you talking about. That sets up the whole mystery of not only what is his condition, why is he waking up like this, what is he doing, but what does he have? Why is this guy after it? And who is this guy right here? The guy that can actually kill people with a touch. You know, I really enjoyed this first episode. I really enjoyed Ethan Hawke in this episode. He's in this one, he plays like a very calming, a very charming cult leader. You know, he's soft-spoken. He's really caring, as I said, when he's not just killing people, you know, with a whisper and a grace of his palm. Ethan Hawke is a great actor anyway.
He is a great actor, and it's good. It's always good to have a villain who's not cackling or speechifying.
Yeah, no, he's cool, man. But what really impressed me with Ethan Hawke is that when he enters, when he comes in, the shit gets even crazier. And we're cramming more stuff in here. His presence brings in other genres and other shows. Now, we already have a ton of stuff here, but when we enter this section with Ethan Hawke, then we get sort of a Jason Bourne feeling from this, because Steven, when he passes out, we don't see what happens, which is kind of cool. We don't see what he does, but he's definitely got some Matt Damon, Jason Bourne killing skills going on. You know, he's got some secret agent shit, James Bond thing going on. There's the action to go with it, man. There's a chase scene in here, and I think this chase scene I think is great because it's very clever how they combine his flashbacks. I'm sorry, his blackouts. They combine his blackouts with the chase scene that's going on.
Fuck!
Yeah, he's like, how'd I get that gun? Oh, this dude is royally right there.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Yeah. But he's, you know, as Martin said, you know, imagine that you're driving a car. Then imagine that you wake back up and you're in a chase. And then imagine that you black out again, and when you wake up, the car's going backwards.
Yeah.
That was a very clever car chase that I've seen right there.
Oh, absolutely.
There's a horror element to this too, man.
Oh, very much so.
Yeah, they're not talking about how. I don't think this is not getting enough attention for some of the horror stuff they bring in. Now, it's not strong, it's not that heavy, so I can see why in a little bit. But
it's very strong and hard. It's like a horror action comedy.
Comedy, yeah, and it's like
not all at the same time.
When Steven wakes up in that village with those people, all those people, all those people, all those cult people, all of them got those dead eyes that are ready to kill for master, you know, and they start chasing him, and you know, it's like Village of the Damned or something.
Right.
Your boy Ethan Hawke as Mr. Harrow, Arthur Harrow, the real horror moment comes in where he can just got that pimp cane. Y'all think it's just for a look. Because at first you're like, well, actually, I mean, it must be for some pimp ass look because he ain't got a limp or nothing like that. Nah, that shit is for conjuring up creatures.
Summon the suit.
Hey!
Oh, man. Yeah.
Where that mother I get him.
But it's almost like he had pick cane. He's like, bitch, better have my money.
Yeah. Shit don't. When some dude, it's bad enough. When some dudes start talking about Ignu, Akbar, Lagadai, some shit's happening. Something about to happen.
Yeah, talking that devil language.
Especially when shit start glowing.
Yeah.
You better run.
Something's about to happen when you give somebody an answer and they go, so be it.
So be it, yeah.
Wait.
We can talk this out. Yeah.
Yeah, so be it. When I'm tap a cane down and kneeling down talking about Ignu, Bakana, Tutai and all that,
Yeah.
you better get your ass out. You can stand up there just looking like, damn, that's kind of cool. You better bring your ass on. What you say? That is so true.
Yeah, so be it.
Like, oh no, hold on, man. Let's talk this out.
Yeah.
No, time for that shit. You should have said yes for that shit. No.
Do that or have it your way.
Yes.
Yeah, those two phrases.
Now wait a minute.
What if I don't want it my way?
No, so be it. I have spoken.
What if I don't want it to be?
Boy, Mark, you were right. Those are 3 words you don't want to have to refuse somebody.
Yeah.
That's when motherfuckers are locking the doors or they start calling henchmen. You know, you don't want that to happen. Nah.
You can negotiate.
And if that's not bad enough, and Martin's right. This is where you hit on the real horror stuff right here. Because if that's not horror enough for you, okay, that's creepy right there. But there are some real horror elements here. There's a scary mummy with a bird skull head that just that keeps popping up, chasing Stephen down hallways.
Thank you.
He's on that shit.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah,
Every time I go in this elevator, she's on the floor.
She's like,
She's on the floor tweaking and shit.
and she's like, I always got to get in the same elevator he's on. I'm gonna start taking the stairs.
She's
my
like,
old
I gotta
ass.
move
don't
out
care.
this month.
Yeah, I know. Just her face is like,
Yeah.
God damn it.
Are we back on the 5th floor?
Yes, the fifth. My friend Claire lives here. I'm visiting her. She's expecting me.
Surprise, bitch!
Yeah. I just live in.
Where you going?
Yeah.
She can't help you.
Yeah. Bring your ass back off over there.
That is the voice of F. Murray Abraham, by the way, who does a great job doing the voice
Oh,
for
F.
that.
Murray Abraham.
The
Yeah.
voice of Khonshu.
Yeah, Khonshu is the Birdman's name right here. And you know, in other words, after everything we told you, the short story is, long story short, Stephen got a lot of problems, man. So you thought he was having you ain't got no demon dogs and bird skeleton dudes chasing you.
I don't know how they're gonna solve his problems in 6 episodes.
And he got a lot of problems. Yeah.
Season 2.
I don't know.
He might need that Netflix 12.
Yeah. That's why we say give him a couple episodes. He needs some extra sessions in that therapy right there. Yeah, that man don't need no more stress in his life. So, Martin, you know what I gotta do. So you need to go over there to stamps.com, my friend. Hey, I warned you.
No.
warned you.
I was hoping you had one of those Better Help.
I was
gonna say.
Will Smith.
I prayed to God that I had a better help ad this week, and I did not.
Damn.
Yeah, I said if it was ever appropriate, I was gonna put on this. But hey, stamps.com is just as good, if not better. Because, look, trying to send packages, and if you have a business, trying to fulfill orders and sending off postage and getting all that together, there's nothing wrong with the post office and going there and doing it. But, wouldn't it be easier if you were able to do all that at home? It'll save you not only some stress, but it'll save you some time.
Hell yeah.
And as we all know, time is money. And I told you I picked these things because of the personal use or experience that I've had with them, and stamps.com is something that I have had personal experience with. Well, when we were starting this, we depend a lot on stamps.com. Before this even came through, I realized that my stamps.com account is still open.
Oh.
And I am going to start using it again because I do have a need for it. Just like with anything, being able to do something at home is a lot easier than having to go out and do it, driving somewhere and having to do it in another place. And hey, look, if it's not enough for me to tell you how valuable stamps.com is, it has been useful for 1 million businesses plus out there. All these conveniences that I've told you about are not enough, then let me give you a little bonus right here. Go on over to stamps.com and use the promo code TOASTED, and you get a 4-week trial, free postage, and everybody can use free postage. And you can also get a digital scale. Use stamps.com and use the promo code TOASTED. I want to thank stamps.com for supporting this part of the show. I've used them. I think they're great, and you should use them too. And I want to thank all of you for your support out there. But yeah, Martin, everything that we're talking about, want to elaborate on some of that? We were just talking about how this is a horror movie, how Stephen has it so bad with his mental condition, how this is a lot of genres. Martin named horror, action, the mystery, a lot of stuff. But go ahead.
Well, there's also the British comedy element, because before we get into all the fantastical stuff, we just live with Stephen Grant. And it's Oscar Isaac doing a British accent.
Yeah.
And it's not just, he's talking in a British accent. It's a particular accent. I talk about Stephen Merchant comedies. A lot of stuff that stars Ricky Gervais. At first I was kind of shaky on it. I was like, I don't know about this. He may be a little Dick Van Dyke-ish. But the more he kept going, the more I'm like, no, he's nailing it. He got it down to a certain region. He's got the comedy timing of somebody in those type of comedies. And, his accent is certainly no worse than Benedict Cumberbatch's American accent.
I actually liked his accent.
No,
I thought
that's
his
the
accent was
thing.
great.
That's the thing. At first, I was a little like, I don't know. But I was like, I just started studying what he's doing. I was like, No, man, he's actually nailing this in so many ways that nobody would ever even think of. Just what a great actor he is.
Yeah.
And, he essentially is playing two characters in one body. I could just do it. I could just live with a show with just about him.
That guy, got all the other fantastical stuff.
But then the other stuff comes in, and as Corey, like what you spoke about, like, yeah, it's all these things, but that's what I like, is that there's so many things going on.
Yeah.
And as much as I always feel like I'm on the edge of burning out on a superhero show, I'm like, man, y'all are making this where I don't know what's going to happen next.
Yeah. And that first episode, somehow it works. Somehow they managed to be able to balance everything. It balances itself out very well. As Martin was just telling you, it is very funny in the beginning. They balance the humor out with this very well. Look, I'm partial. Oscar Isaac is such a wonderful actor, and he's a great comedic actor. Mm-hmm. He's done comedy before, but not to the level of this.
Right.
And I think he handled that very well, and his accent works for me. With this, I was respecting this, and I was amazed at how well that they were balancing all these plates so well in that first episode right there. But by that second episode, they tripped a little bit, and a couple of them plates started dropping and cracking, and I was just like, all right, you know what? That bird started talking to that bird man started talking to Oscar Isaac over here, and at this point, that Birdman was inside of him, by the way, talking about let me out, man. You see him on the outside, be like, hey, let me out, man. And I'm like, damn, I'm not saying it's nowhere the level of this, but in a way, I felt like I'm kind of watching Venom again. In a way, hey, let me out. What are we doing? You're gonna let me go? I can take care of this. I was like, it's not. I wasn't crazy about Venom, but it's not on that level with me. But I'm like, there's levels of Venom-like qualities in here. F. Murray Abraham's voice even almost sounds like Venom. What are you doing? Let me out. Let me do this. That's not the problem with the movie or the show that I have. It's not the problem at all. By episode 2, we get another personality that is introduced to us. It's actually introduced to us by the end of episode 1. But it's not a surprise to anybody either, because we've already been told that there are different personalities in here. But that's when we meet Steven's other personality, Mark Spector. That is the special forces dangerous guy that's inside of him.
Mercenary.
That's the mercenary, the guy that's getting him out of all the troubles and scraps and dangerous situations when he's blacking out. Mm-hmm. And they bicker a lot back and forth, and which is to be expected with this. They do it a lot. It's a great performance by Oscar Isaac, these two personalities. And it's really cool when you get them in scenes where they have to actually bounce off each other and talk to each other. And it's really cool when they time it out and they get them to with special effects to be in the same place, which you've watched the show, you'll see how they do that at some point. But the bickering starts to get repetitive for me, at least. They start to do that a lot. And where the humor really worked for me in the first episode, which, like I said, I really enjoyed. I thought the humor worked very well in that. Starts to get, I don't think it worked that well as it went along, or as well. Some of it just gets real cheesy. There's parts when Steven thinks he can take on some creatures, and he just starts saying things like, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. My name is Stevie with the V. And I was just like,
that's great.
I was like, that's when I wanted that damn dog demon to beat his ass, get him to shut up. Where I loved Steve before, I was like, all right, I'm tired of your ass. Go back to sleep. I love Ethan Hawke. He's, of course, in one of my favorite movies. Wouldn't be one of my favorite movies without him. He becomes a little monotone to me after a while. Like he kind of smoked a little bit too much weed. A little too mellow. It's not. Now, as we move along, maybe we'll see a different side of him. I appreciate that my man don't ever lose his cool. I'm glad about that, but it's just kind of his demeanor remains the same, and it just doesn't remain as interesting to me as it was before, as it was with the setup at least. And I think I still think he's good, and Oscar Isaac, as we say, no question how good he is. But then some other characters in there like May Calumet, who plays his wife that he didn't know who he had. I like her. They just don't do a whole lot with her. And
You don't think so?
No, I mean,
I felt like toward the end they were doing a lot more with her.
there's some reveals that go on with her, but I still think she's kind of a tag along character in a way. She's to escort Steven to different areas and maybe for girl power fights. We saw her beating that dude's ass up in there. So she, I ain't saying she can hold it down. So I'm not saying she's ineffectual. I'm just saying, in a show with such strong personalities and great actors, it's just, and I'm also saying this because I would say, well, let's see what happens with this person that's going on, but we got 2 episodes left. So that's why I'm saying this with Ethan Hawke too, because I'm like, all right, we're gonna get and this is my biggest fear. And you got a question, but I'm gonna get to that.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm just gonna say this is my biggest fear with Ethan Hawke right now, who, like I said, I don't hate in this. I'm actually enjoying it, but not much development with him at all. I'm afraid that he's going to do this thing where, he's going to be this way up until the very end of the last episode, where we're going to have just a big CG thing, or he turns into a monster or something and starts shooting lasers.
He looks like he's about to in that.
Yeah.
Every time you see that, it's like, I can so see him turn into a monster later on going, oh, you so be it. Man.
Yeah, so be it. That's the word of the night right there. So be it.
That's the phrase. I just got a quick question before Martin jumps in. Just somebody in these kinds of shows, like you said, and like obviously without spoiling anything, but is she like when someone's out of their element, like something like in Memento or whatever, is she like that vessel that's getting them to the next
Pretty
part
much.
without having to spat out exposition?
Well, she knows a lot of what's going on that he doesn't,
Right.
And she's able to say like, listen, we need to go here and talk to this guy and get this thing.
This is something where in another season we'll get more of her story, or and that'll be good. That's what a show is for. Right now, I'm just saying right now, I'm just not feeling it too much. But none of those things are the biggest. None of those things are the biggest problems here. I think they are problems for me because it's not much. The way they set up characters in the first episode was wonderful, man. That first episode is brilliant, I think. But as we peter on with this, it starts to get convoluted, the story. I just wasn't into it as much as I was with that first episode going on. Yeah, this is me, though.
I didn't have that problem. I was fully into every episode. I love that there's so much going on. It keeps me guessing, keeps me on my toes. Interesting thing about this is, because I read Moon Knight when it first came out back in the 80s. And then I bounced around. I read some of the later series. I read one series, full series, where his split personalities was that he was Captain America and Wolverine, and I forgot who the third hero was. He kept thinking he was them. But this is so very different from Moon Knight originally. So watching what they're doing here, I was like, man, they're really digging in and filling in a lot of blanks and making it way more interesting than it ever was before.
Yeah. But see, that's the thing with this. There's still a lot of interesting things that are happening with this.
And in the 4th episode, it takes such a left turn that it really has me like, okay, so what's next now? Yeah,
I know. There's some interesting things that are happening. Ethan Hawke's in the 4th episode. There is it takes a turn with him where there's something different happening with him that I'm wondering what's happening with the situation overall. And there's still some interesting ideas with this that I like. I don't think it's always working for me narratively, but there's some interesting ideas that they introduce and certain parts of the story that I'm like, man, I hope you elaborate on that more because that's really cool. Like this goddamn skeleton chicken man, that's chasing him, named Khonshu, who again is voiced by F. Murray Abraham very well. There's an interesting argument made within the show by some characters how he's kind of an asshole, man, because he's taking advantage of a mentally ill person. Mm-hmm. He's trying to get into the body of this guy, and I think he sees like split personalities being done to his advantage. So he's taking advantage of this guy. So he's taking advantage of the mentally ill, and I thought that was kind of cool because what it's doing is like maybe it's cool for him to be able to have access to all these different personalities, but it's torturing the shit out this poor man right here. Mm-hmm. It's turning this poor guy who has mental problems against himself. And I said, now that's a good idea right there. I like that. And also, this is Disney's.
It's bloody.
It's bloody, and they're showing more blood than usual. Now, don't run with this, y'all. But because I'm saying this lightly, but this is Disney's darkest show as far as the violence that they put in there. But it ain't over. Look, it's not crazy. All right, it's not the Netflix shows. But there are moments in here where it feels like the Marvel Netflix shows. Sometimes half of it feels like you're watching Daredevil. You see some stuff. So yeah, they're kind of pushing things over here, man. Nice locations that they have in the show here. Now I don't know. They might just have some stock footage over at the Disney department or something. I don't know, but like there's a point where they go to Egypt in here, and that is where that comes later on in the episodes. So they do a little globetrotting here, and that's cool. I'll say this: I was scared that when they went over to Egypt, I was like, God damn it, I hope your boy don't turn into Ivan Ooze when he's over there.
The better one.
I hope this song, because Oscar Isaac already been a Marvel movie, and he was in Egypt, and he was this goddamn blueberry man right here. So what, Apocalypse?
Yeah, hollering and shit.
Hollering and shit.
And from the ashes of their world, we'll build a better.
Shut your ass up.
Ashes of their world. Shut up!
Yeah. Why don't you sit down and shut up?
Who said that? Goddamn pyramid.
Shut your goddamn mouth. Trying to sleep up here, man. Sit your ass down and shut up.
Trying to watch the movie.
Yeah, people. When I have complaints, strong complaints about this, and I'm very nervous that we only have 2 episodes left. But it's enough to make me wonder what's going to happen, because hey, look, I might think the story's a little convoluted, but they did introduce something at the end of the 4th episode that made me think like, all right, what does this mean? Because there's nothing like this has happened before. But then again, y'all keep introducing a lot of shit, so who knows where this is going to go. But go ahead, man.
Well, it's coherent to me, and I'm following it and loving the turns it's taken. I am really loving the showrunner, who has brought a unique visual look to this. What something I like about this is watching this show, I don't feel like I'm in the Marvel universe. It's its own. For now, it's its own thing, and it's the Mummy done right. So far, it's one of my favorite of the Marvel shows.
What would you give it?
I would give it a full price so far.
Oh wow! Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really digging it.
I'm gonna start it tomorrow. So.
Yeah, for
What about
me, not nearly liking it as much as you do.
That's too bad.
Yeah, no, I know, man. I want to. Maybe, who knows?
I
By
know.
the end of it, who knows?
It happens. I saw something I wanted to like and just didn't.
Yeah, you know how it goes.
I know.
You know how it goes. Martin's like, so be it.
Yeah, I know. And you right next to me.
No, okay, I love it.
The chicken man comes out here, come out with that.
Martin chasing me down the hallway.
with a mask on.
With a goddamn chicken head on. The chicken head still got a fedora on it. But yeah, for me, it's kind of the opposite. It started out extremely well. Loved the first episode. And, with something like this, when you have characters like this that you connect to so much, and the way they develop them so well and balance so much, should get more compelling as it goes along. And for Martin, it did, and I hope it does for everybody out there, because I am interested to see where this is going. But for me, it got less compelling as it went along. Yeah, some of the CG when they start bringing it out, that kind of took me out of it a little bit. And I was like, okay, this is where we are in Marvel territory. But I would love to see how this character fits into the rest of the Marvel universe, because I agree with you. Overall, it doesn't feel like a Marvel show, and I think you're correct on that. So I would love to see how this fits in later, see what characters do. It actually makes me kind of really hopeful for what they do with other Marvel shows going on. Now they got the Netflix shows on there. Now they're getting a little darker with this. Now they're bringing in other caliber of talent in here. I'm just nervous about how much better it can get for me within 2 episodes.
Yeah, 2 episodes.
Two episodes left.
Yeah, I wish there were 4 more.
But I'm caught somewhere between a high rental and a low matinee. And I'll be kind, because they are doing something a little different, at least with this character. I don't think the show overall is doing something different, but I think with this character they're doing something different right here. So I'll go like a very low matinee with this. I enjoyed it. You know, it's like a 6 or 7 out of 10.
Oh,
you know?
okay.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. Not bad at all. Like I said, some very interesting things that are happening right here. So we'll see how that goes. 2 episodes to go right there.
Which we gotta wait to
That's what I was
see.
saying. Now y'all gotta wait.
God damn! I forgot. Why you have to remind me?
Now you gotta wait. Now you gotta wait 4 weeks.
Now I gotta wait 4 weeks
to go see to finish up.
Man, that was my solace when I didn't get this, because I had a bunch of Oscar stuff to watch this weekend, and I told him, I said, look, I didn't have time to watch this. Can you send me? I said, actually, I lied. I said, I'm traveling, but I said, can y'all send me an extension? And they sent me something. This was an engagement that lasted this long. We regret that we cannot extend that itself. But feel free to ask your contact about it and let them do that shit for you, because we ain't gonna do it for you. And I was like, I just went to bed and said, well, you know what? That's okay. You know, I'm fine. My whole thing is that I saw 1.5 episodes at that point, and I said, well, at least I don't have to wait 4 weeks. To see the rest of it.
Until today.
And I was going, but then you said it, I just like, God damn it.
In the face of the
Yeah, fuck you. Yeah. Martin, why'd you say that shit? Jesus.
You're gonna wake up on that 4th week with a gun.
Hey everyone, support our Patreon, which helps us to continue bringing you our live streams, videos, and podcasts while bringing you new content such as exclusive live streams and animated shorts.